Hello garden friends, welcome to my April backyard garden tour. As you can see, my beautiful tulips are still blooming. This is just a mixed bag of colors I got, and I absolutely love the variety. You know, a lot of people say you shouldn't put red in your garden, but I beg to differ. I love all the colors. And if you think these tulips are beautiful, keep watching till the end. I have a surprise bloom that I can't wait to show you. And I also have the same tulips growing in this pot. I love growing tulips in containers because that way when they're done blooming, I have more control and I can just dig them up or put the pot upside down. For some reason, for me anyway, tulips and daffodils do way better in pots. Maybe it's because I can control the water better too. But look at over here. My beautiful proven winners Supertunia Vista bubblegum has come back for the third time. It's absolutely beautiful, and this is just one plant. Of course I have to spray it with BT. If I did not, the cabbage moths, the budworms, they would decimate it. I don't like spraying anything in my garden. I take pride in saying my garden is organic, but I guess I can't say that anymore because I do spray the petunias. But they are beautiful, so I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that they are kind of a high maintenance foo-foo plant, and they do require a BT spray. Just keep that in mind if you decide to grow them. Look at my beautiful fringe poppies. I just planted these from seed. My girlfriend gave me some seeds. I scattered them in my garden, and I can't wait to see what color they're going to be. I have no idea. I would say one of the highlights in my April garden right now is my beautiful nasturtium. These come back from seed all by themselves. I have no idea where they're going to pop up, but when they do, I just let them do whatever their little nasturtium hearts want to do. Of course, I did help them climb up this cattle panel arbor. I know as soon as the weather starts to warm up, their days will be numbered. They'll go to seed and they'll drop and they'll come back again next year. But always in April, the nasturtiums kind of are the show in my garden, next to the Supertunia Vista bubblegum. This is my bird bath garden. I used to have a scarecrow here, but the scarecrow kind of got old with the weather and I didn't want to have to keep dressing her up new every year. So I figured this bird bath is more weather resistant. And in the center I have a little solar fountain. I like this one better because the panel is right on the structure itself. I don't have to worry about a cord or putting the little panel somewhere else. It's very convenient, and you can get them for a really cheap price on Amazon. I spent less than $12 for this, and it has a bunch of different little attachments so I can make the water thingy go up higher or just bubble. Now this will float out. It will float around. So I just keep rocks right there to keep it from going off to the side, and it works out perfectly. Currently I have sweet peas that will be growing up the arbor, and down below I have beautiful primroses. Of course, come May and June the primroses will be done because they like the cooler weather. But for now, my bird bath garden is very colorful for April. Behind my water fountain garden is my little cottage garden. I have fringe poppies that popped up here as well, and again I cannot wait until they bloom. I found that little bench at a garage sale. I took it home and I painted it. Inside the stacked pots I'm growing cyclamen and little violas, but of course this is April. I expect in another couple weeks the cyclamen will be done. But look at my beautiful Martha Washington geranium. I'm not a big fan of geraniums, but this one I absolutely love. As we leave my cottage garden, you'll see my narrow space vegetable garden that's 3 feet 4 inches wide. It's still early, so there's not a whole lot growing back there, But look, my friends, my beautiful pink jasmine is in full bloom. This is right behind my bridge garden. The fragrance of a pink jasmine is so amazing. When I open my kitchen window, I can actually smell it inside the house. I just couldn't imagine a garden without pink jasmine. Now I'm going to take you to the back of my garden and show you my whiskey barrels. But first, let's stop at my little children's fairy garden. I recently planted a rock purslane, also known as a calandrina. Look at how beautiful those long blooms are on those stems. And we just planted some marigolds and that cute little pink dahlia. You saw my granddaughter do that in our newest video. This is a euphorbia, and I just love the delicate little flowers. They're so tiny. And because my garden is small, I love to plant things in stacked pots. It's a great way to add more plants, more dimension, more variety in less space. And if you notice, my little clematis is blooming behind that little ice cream parlor chair. There's a cyclamen in those stacked pots as well, with a little oaxis. And these little stepping stones I got at the Dollar Tree. I know they're not real stepping stones, they're garden decor, but I have used them as stepping stones. And I painted all my doors myself by hand. Some are new, some are old, but they're all painted with love, including that one. My grandkids helped me do that. This is my succulent propagation station made up of 3 park benches that I painted. If you notice below, those are string of pickles. I trimmed the plants up here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put those in soil, cactus and succulent soil, so I can make new plants. I only started off with 1 string of pickles, and that's how I got all of them. This is my favorite though. That's a string of pearls. I think it's so beautiful. And I have a bottle tree inside that pot. I just stuck rebar in the ground, then put bottles and vases on top. Now, a lot of you have been asking me, how did I cut my rebar? Well, at the time, my husband was doing construction, so I was fortunate enough to get rebar already cut. But I think if you go to the big box store and buy sticks of rebar, they might cut it for you. I'm not sure. Or you can get a little hand grinder. Those are pretty easy. I've worked with one myself. And this is just a little area where I put my little bird houses that I find at the thrift store, little birds. And I grow cactus and succulents because it gets all morning sun. You know, a lot of people think that cactus and succulents want full sun. They think that they grow in the desert, so I should give them full sun. But that's not true. Let me fix this bird house because my cats probably were up there. But yeah, cactus and succulents, from my experience, they don't want full direct sun, at least not here in California Zone 9B. They really enjoy a little relief from that hot afternoon sun. And I think it's a great way to add color and texture to your garden without depending on flowers. And this is my sweet cat Cookie. She's getting old. I recently lost a couple cats and she's the same age, and every summer she starts to look a little thin. Cookie, hi honey. But I'm giving her the best life possible in my garden. But look at my friends. The clematis on my water fountain garden are in full bloom. I've been waiting all year for this show. Clematis are not hard to grow. If you can pick the perfect spot for one, they will thrive and perform for you. So they like their tops, their flowers and stems, to receive a lot of sun, but they like their roots shaded. So sometimes people put rocks or mulch on the bottom while the tops get to sunbathe. Okay, now I'm going to show you my brand new whiskey barrels. And if you keep watching, I'm also going to show you the surprise blooms I was telling you about at the beginning of this video. I recently removed stacked tire planters about a month ago, and I replaced them with these genuine Jack Daniel whiskey barrels. And as you can see, all the roses, the miniature roses, are starting to bloom. I also have little violas planted around them with strawberries in front, and I would say they're filling out nicely. Now, just as promised, I have a special surprise for you. Okay, so I started filming this video a couple days ago, but then I got busy with the grandkids, so I came out into my garden today to finish the April garden tour. And look what just bloomed! Ta-da! My beautiful bougainvillea is in full bloom in all its glory. Can you believe that happened in just a few days? This will bloom about 7 times for me throughout the year. Probably one of the best plants I've ever grown in my garden. I absolutely love it. I hope you enjoyed today's garden tour, and I hope you have a beautiful day in your garden too. Bye!